Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whenever and wherever you're watching us. Welcome to another episode of Conical Supremacy. I'm John Noreyko, and I want to take I want to introduce my incredible co-host, Mr. Doug Tornquist. Hey, Doug, how's it going, man?
Hi, John. How are you?
Well, you know, I'm fine, man. I'm really kind of stoked about today's show. Had a really good time getting this thing together, man.
Yeah, no holiday blues for you. You are in it to win it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I haven't bought one Christmas present yet, and my family's pretty much done. So, once again, John's in the, I got to get it done situation. But
You've got weeks.
Yeah. Try telling that to your wife. Anyway, I think the reason why I'm really kind of stoked about today's show is we've got, I guess we're going to call it the Holiday Jazz Septet playing for us today. And one of my favorite arrangers here in town, and somebody I get to work with every day at Disneyland, Mr. Rusty Stiers, was gracious enough to let us use these charts and record it for this show. So I want to give a big shout out to Rusty about that, and we'll talk a little bit more about him after that. But let's kind of get our feet wet. Do you mind, Doug? And let's hear a tune right now, man, just to get going. I've got my love to keep me warm, man. What do you think of the chart, man?
It's awesome. And what a great way to start the holidays.
I agree. And by the way, for the audience out there, these are all one takes, and we kind of just rolled through this. And I'm just pleased as punch that I get this caliber of players to come out and play with me. It's just awesome,
Well,
to be able to make music like this.
that is John, the California Promise.
Yes, there are no shortage of great players here in LA. So let's get to our usual thing. How was your week this week? And did you have anything fun?
My week was great. Um, you know, uh, I'll brag a little bit, but we had our end of semester concert at USC on Monday. That seems like a month ago, but I was coaching about 6 brass quintets this semester, and they all played so beautifully, and they all chose really hard music, and they performed well. And I'm just I am proud papa, when I get to watch them do their thing.
That's just so great for you, Doug, man. I'm proud of you, and I get what that means too, especially when it comes to seeing all that hard work come to fruition for you, man. I mean, it's a great feeling as a teacher.
I just love seeing them, play these pieces, and we had just a great semester. I mean, back in August, who knew what was going to happen? It was just such an experiment with everyone going back on campus, and all of our instruction was outdoors. And I think the students really thrived on it. Instead of being crammed in some little teeny classroom trying to make chamber music, we were outside every single day, and the campus, all these people would walk by, people would pull up a chair and listen to us, bring their lunch, people were dancing, and it was great visibility for us. Usually we're, as I said, we're stuck inside, but we were playing chamber music outside so everyone could see that, well, this is what people do. I think, and we had an audience for every rehearsal, all these people. So it was,
when it comes to that, man, do you think the students kind of stepped up a little bit because there was an audience out there?
absolutely. They all took it more seriously. And let's face it, if you're a young person wanting to play music, what options do you have right now?
Right.
Chamber music is kind of it. And so I think it was, I know it was really important for them. They all made a commitment, and we had fun. And then that night we had our juries, so I got to hear everyone do their best with their solo pieces, and that's always exciting too, to see the growth of the students and see what music they chose and how they perform it. So that was fun. And then I had a couple of really great sessions this week. I was lucky enough to be involved in those. Did a couple episode of Star Trek and one of Picard, and then we've been working on the Orville the last 2 days, so I guess it was a science fiction week. And then
yeah, which I am so jealous about, because me, I'm the sci-fi freak.
just proves you cannot go into outer space without a tuba. So,
no, you cannot, and that's just all there is to it, man.
Our jobs are safe, at least for So it was good, and I mean, it's like you're playing Christmas music and everything, but it's like it was 95 degrees here last week, so it's like it's like
I know today was the first day that actually felt like winter, to be honest with you.
Well, look at all that snow going on in wherever you are.
Well, I'm borrowing the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer backdrop tonight because that was actually first done in 1963 when I was born, and that's a staple in our household. So the kids know it, we know it, and I love those tunes. Hey, and speaking of movies, one of the things at Disneyland that we do every holiday season is in the break room we always watch White Christmas, mostly because one of my favorite Christmas movies, and also one of my favorite orchestrated movies as far as the charts are concerned from the tunes. It's all Irving Berlin tunes, first of all, but Van Cleve, and it's just Van as his first name, and Cleve was the orchestrator for that particular one, and those charts just live in my head all the time. And Rusty, our trumpet player and the guy who did all the arrangements for us tonight, also feels the same way about it. So he he decided that he was going to do a couple of charts from White Christmas. And I'd like to play them for you now. And the first one's going to be White Christmas itself, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, is pretty much the best-selling recorded song in history, if I'm not mistaken.
I think the record still stands.
I think the record still stands as being the best-selling record of all time. And then he did this great chart on The Best Things Happen While You're Dancing, which is one of my favorite production numbers from the movie because growing up, I was a huge Danny Kaye fan. It was just, I always wanted to be Danny Kaye. He could do anything. And so if you don't mind, let's take a listen to these two tunes right now. So there's a little Irving Berlin for you, man. I really like that last chart a lot. It's just super, super fun, and it's one of those that just keeps going along, going along, going along. And I can just see Danny Kaye dancing with Vera Miles up there. It's just like, oh, it's just awesome. I love it, love it, love it, love it.
You sound beautiful. It's so great to
Oh,
hear.
well, thank you, man.
And I love your solo. I love the vibe of that chart. And these are all Rusty's arrangements.
Yes, they are. Rusty Steyer's very dear friend of mine. He's actually been the leader of the Jambalaya Jazz Band for about 15 years now, and he played with the Strutters as well for about 10 years. And we've known each other since, 86. So it's been, 35 years, something like that. And Rusty actually was the leader of the Jazz Miners, who had the gig at Disneyland. He started working there at the age of 18, leading a band back in the late 70s, and with notables such as Tom Rainier and Tom Kubis and Andy Martin and John trombone. Anyway, I'll think of it here in a second. But you name it was in the band. I mean, it was just just awesome, awesome, awesome.
All the greats
And
played there.
yeah, and speaking of tuba solos, Rusty threw me a little bit of love on this next chart, and it's a Thad Jones chart that you may be familiar with. It's called "The Child Is Born," and he kind of gave it a bit of a Christmas edge to it, and I think you guys are going to dig it. It's a lot of fun to play, and it's actually quite a beautiful thing. All right, so there's a little child is born for you. Um, I really love it when they write the melody in our kind of like mid to low range, and how you have to sit there and just support and make it sound as pretty as possible, because most of our solo literature isn't written in that area, and I really make an effort to try to play down there just because it feels good, and that's kind of what the tuba is about, is that range, don't you think?
I'm just beaming with your beautiful sound.
Oh, thank
I
you, man.
I was taking notes over here,
Hmm.
and I love the way you fit in with the guitar. And it's like your tone fits in between the guitar and the drums. You're right in the center, and the tone really blends beautifully. And just gorgeous playing. And then you went up high. How high was that at the end?
Well, he wrote up that's it tops out at a high D, and he just basically takes the melody and puts it up the octave from where it was, but then he took a little bit of liberties. Um, the hard part is trying to nail that high B flat coming off the ba da yada, and then sticking the B flat in tune, and then you come down octave, then octave, and then go back up again to play a little reprise. And we usually play that outside. So try to wrap your head around that on the French Market stage, so which is an outdoor stage. And in the middle of December, usually it's not, and that's at night, so it's not really that warm. And the pitch is kind of loosey goosey sometimes, so it's always an adventure when we're doing that kind of stuff. So it was nice to be playing inside, and once again, the guys we got that we got in this holiday septet are all guys that basically work at the park with me, and I can't thank them enough. It's just, we had such a good time doing this pre-record, and it was just super fun. And speaking of fun, the next tune we did was Home for the Holidays, and apparently you have a wonderful joke.
Yeah, it reminds me. There's this restaurant. I can't remember where it is, but they serve. Well, their specialty is eggs Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they serve it on hubcaps.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How does that work out?
You probably wonder why. Why is that? Why would they serve?
Yeah, yeah. Why is that on hubcaps?
Why would they serve eggs Benedict on hubcaps? Is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
yeah. That's exactly what I'm asking.
Because John, everybody knows there's no plates like chrome for the hollandaise.
And with that, let's check this tune out. And there's a little home for the hollandaise. I mean holidays.
And it's so beautifully subtle. Who wouldn't want to go home, wherever home is?
I mean, once again, these charts just really speak to me. It's nothing but class, and you were talking about chamber music earlier, and believe it or not, this is chamber music. At least I think about it in those terms. It's, I mean, people sometimes call it a small big band, but I think of it more as a chamber group myself because you can get up close and personal, and there's nobody else relying on anybody else. You got to play your parts and you got to play them out and you got to do your thing, right, man? Just like we always tell our students, it's on you. Let's get it done.
Yeah. But you have such a beautiful sense of trust in that group, and everyone's playing really laying back and playing kind of intimate, and the whole group has this beautiful blend.
Well, I think, yeah, I think a lot of that too is experience talking right there, and style. And speaking of style, the next one, see that this is probably my second favorite chart, even though it's a clarinet feature.
No, I mean, even a stop clock is correct twice a day.
There you go, man. Well, you know what jazzers call clarinet, right?
No,
You don't? Yeah, we call it the angry stick.
the angry stick.
Yes, we call it the angry stick because not only is the audience angry, but the player is too.
Wow.
Why did I choose this? Why? It just doesn't work. Anyway, like I said, this is like my second favorite chart that we did, and it's a take on Frosty the Snowman, and yeah, it's pretty fun, and y'all got to check this out right now. So Quinn, can we throw that up, please? Sorry, I had to put the button on the end, man.
John, that was not a button. That was more like a relief valve.
Well, actually, for playing for 5 minutes, it felt really good. Straight.
For all of us, not just you. It was. I mean, yeah, that's such a beautiful thing, and what gorgeous clarinet playing. Wow.
Yeah. Vince. I've been working with Vince. He's one of the leaders of the Strutters, and we first got together. Got to know him in 1984. So, and then we both have been working at the Park since '85 together. So he's one of those weird guys where he's actually a woodworker. That's his profession. And he grew up playing with his dad on weekend gigs and stuff. And the guy's ears, he's got some of the best ears in the business. And he's been on the show before when we did the other Disney, when we were just doing the Dixieland stuff. But he hears stuff first, and he'll be the first one to say that, man, my sight reading sucks, but he does a great job. I mean, he always just sounds great. And, we give him a bunch of crap a bunch of times because, well, I don't know what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, it sounds just fine, man. And if you ever get a chance to see his furniture, it's awe-inspiring. Just awe. Well, you've been at the house. The mantle that's on my fireplace, that's part of his work. So, but he's can't say enough great things about the guy. He's just wonderful. And let's since we're on this roll, the one tune that we haven't played is "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and I really want to, this is a tenor feature with Edmund playing, and it's a great chart, and I think Edmund just really did a lot of justice to this man. So if you don't mind, we might as well throw that one up, and then we can say our goodbyes. Sound good?
Yeah, this is probably my favorite, from maybe in St. Louis, 1940.
Yes, absolutely. It's a wonderful song, and Rusty took a couple of liberties with this, but I think you're going to really dig the chart, Doug. So, Quinn, what do you say? Well, Doug, I want to wish everybody out there a very happy Christmas. That's coming up here in a happy holiday season. And we have actually something going on next week for the show, right, man? You want to talk about it a little bit?
Well, yes. This was just the kickoff because next Saturday is our
Sunday.
Sunday, the 12th. Is our joyous holiday festival mass tuba carol palooza concert.
I like Tuba Saturnalia.
Okay, that's what it is, and we'll attract the special crowd. We have to put. Yeah, maybe we can get our goth. Anyway, it's going to be off the. I mean, last year we did at Seat of Our Pants. We were so frightened of the pandemic, and we had to space out, and you hosted us in your backyard afterwards, and you were so gracious. But this year, yeah, we're going to do it again, and we're going to play all that great music from your beautiful home. We're going to do a beautiful concert. It was a great success last year. It's going to be even better this year.
Yeah, and we got some great players also showing up that weren't there last year, which I'm really looking forward to. And we're going to play a bunch of Tony Clemens charts, I believe, and some of your stuff that you've got. And we want to thank Mr. Scott Wilkinson for really pulling this whole thing together for us. I mean, it's just awesome.
Would not have happened without him.
I know, totally. And we, unfortunately, we thought about doing the whole Tuba Christmas thing, but it's a little bit, it was starting to get a little too, what's the right word I'm looking for? Undoable, unwieldy. Thank you, Doug.
Too many, and and then the venue pulled the plug on us.
Right.
That was the end of that.
So, but we want to thank everybody out there for tuning in, and keep tuning in for the rest of the month because we've got some really great stuff. We've got Tuba Saturnalia on the 12th, and I'm sticking with it, man. And on the 19th, we're going to be doing holiday brass music with what we're thinking is going to be an 8 to 10 piece brass choir. So definitely stick around for that. And on the 26th, we have even a bigger surprise for you that I'm not going to spoil. But can't thank you enough for your time today, Doug. I had a really great time. Hope you enjoyed the music.
Thank you, John, for putting all this together. It's a huge effort, and the band sounded phenomenal. And thank you, Rusty, for your beautiful charts.
Yeah, and I want to thank Mr. Rusty Stars again for his beautiful writing and his generosity. I'm thinking about putting this up so everybody can hear it more. So check us out on YouTube, and I guess that's all we got for this week. So we'll see you next week, Sunday the 12th at 3 p.m. for yet another show, and we're going to take you out with a little holiday medley. And thanks a lot for showing up this week. We really appreciate it. And if we don't see you, happy holidays to everybody. Doug, I'll see you in a couple of days, man.
Be of good cheer.
All right, bye-bye.